How can a good God be a wrathful God? So that's what we're going to cover today. This question comes up a lot, time and time again, with people that are either debating the existence of God or trying to understand why we should even follow God. Why is it important in our lives? And the reason for this question at all is because in our minds, love and wrath, they seem like complete opposites. We think a loving God would never get angry, right? He would never be wrathful. But that's not how the Bible describes God at all. In fact, God's wrath actually flows out of his love because the opposite of love is not wrath. The opposite of love is hate. And the purest form of hate isn't even anger. People think it is. It's not. I've talked about this in the past. The purest form of hate is indifference. It's when you just don't care. So if God looked at sin, he looked at injustice, he looked at people destroying themselves and hurting others, if he looked at that and just shrugged his shoulders and said, no big deal, that wouldn't be love. That would make him cruel. So let me give you something to think about when it comes to this topic. When you truly love someone, you feel anger when they're being wrong, do you not? If someone lies about your child, mistreats them, hurts them, or leads them down a path that might be destructive for them, what happens? Something rises up in you, right? You get angry. You get righteously angry. Why? Because you love them. You care about what's happening to them, even when it's the person themselves is hurting them. Like that person is hurting themselves. If you love them, you can't watch it happen and just say, oh, well, right? That kind of love doesn't exist. And so when the Bible talks about God's wrath, it's not describing some, explosive temper or some divine mood swing. It's describing his settled righteous anger against sin, the very thing that ruins lives. It ruins what he loves most, us, his creation, his people, his truth. And so God's wrath is his love in action. All right. It's his love in action against evil. Does that make sense? And we see it most clearly at the cross. This is what's so powerful about the whole cross, right? I think about it. Okay, so at Calvary, the full wrath of God towards sin, right? The full love of God towards sinners met in one place. Perfect harmony, right? Jesus took on the wrath that you and I deserved, and we received the love that we didn't deserve. We received the righteousness that we did not deserve. So God's wrath satisfied that justice. The love opened the way for mercy. And believe you me, I can speak for myself. I need mercy. So the next time someone says, a loving God, they couldn't be wrathful. The truth is, it's exactly because God is loving that he must be wrathful. A God who didn't hate sin would never truly love what is good. Wrath and love are not enemies. They're both expressions of a holy heart, a holy and perfect heart. That's what God is. He's holy and he's perfect. A God without wrath would not be a God without love. But our God, and all glory and honor to him, is both perfectly loving and perfectly just. And that requires wrath against evil. All right. So love and appreciate you. Thank you for watching. God bless, and I'll see you back next time. Bye.